everyone, and I'm Jersey Mike, and with me today is a very, very special guest with me. I've known this brother for several years now. He's a true entrepreneur, a family man, and a hustler, a true hustler.
Hey.
It's the fan first himself, Jamal BeeBee Earley. What's going on, BeeBee? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on, world? First off, I want to say a big shout out to Jersey Mike, man. Thank you for putting this together, and thank you for always coming through with all things, man. From the photos to videos to everything I ever thought of, man. You've been a great help this whole ride.
Oh, thank you, brother. Now look, now 2020 has been a tremendous year for all of us. Very tumultuous year. I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
just let me know how 2021 been treating you so far.
2020, man. 2020 was one of them years that it started out rocky, and of course, I got incarcerated at the top in February. So from February up until October, man, you know, going away. And then due to the coronavirus and everything that happened, man, it was a very strange year because, you know, at this point that I stand right here now, you know, everybody complained about 20, but for me, man, 2020 was one of the biggest learning years of my life. I learned the most, I grew the most, I matured the most. Sometimes, you know, some situations do a lot of people different, but for me, 2020 wasn't as bad as a lot of other people. I do want to say, I want to send my strength and condolences to all the families and loved ones that has lost people that's not here today. We've lost globally over 200, and here in America we've lost around about 300,000. That's compared to, we can't compare nothing to it. No wars, no plagues, nothing in this world history has compared to this moment right here. So just being alive, man, I'm blessed.
Blessed.
Yeah.
And 21, how's that been treating you so far, man? Going into 2021.
Going into 2021, man, I'm really just thankful over everything. Out of everything I could think of, man, everything leads back to one word, and just being grateful, man. Like, to actually be home. Technically, you know, I'm still under legal and, you know, under legal stipulations, but I'm currently home. I'm able to see my kids. I'm able to actually see my family, and that's the most, you know, that's the most important part, especially from being taken away from my family. And until you have been through that, you can't. It's kind of hard to say, you know, what you would and won't do. You know what I'm saying? For me going through that situation and the things that I went through, and to currently be home, man, I'm really just thankful.
Great. So let's bring it back a little bit. So start from the beginning so people can have a better understanding behind the man, Mr. Fan First.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, from the beginning, man, you know, I was born. Shout out to my mom, Pamela Folks. She have 6 brothers and sisters, and basically, you know, coming up, man, my mom, man, she did all that she could do. I'm going to shout out my dad too. Coming up, you know, I'm not going to make it seem, you know, as bad as I felt as a child. But as I get older, man, I learned that, you know, we got to grow and we got to learn and mature through a lot. So I want to give a big shout out to my dad, Steve Webb too. He wasn't there like I felt like he should have, but overall, he did what he could do. But I mean, as a young child, man, I was raised in a single mom household. Like so often here in America, I have 3 sisters. I was the only boy. You know, often we didn't have a lot, but my mom, she worked extremely hard to keep me and my 3 sisters together and keep a roof over our head and keep everything that we need. A lot of times as a child, I really wasn't grateful for a lot because I wanted the things the other kids had. I wanted the Jordans. I wanted the newest game systems. I wanted this. I wanted that. And I didn't understand that she was doing all that she could. So, Mom, when you see this, Mom, I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm forever thankful, and you are the greatest. And so basically, just, you know, just growing up from there, man. I grew up in a household with all women. So
grew up in Farmville?
Farmville, yep, Farmville. I grew up in all like the surrounding little areas like Rice, Hampton, Sydney, So I had little houses in between there.
Pretty much still.
Yeah, still in the Prince Edward County area. So overall, man, my mom did what she could. So I mean, we as it was, man, we were just growing up, celebrating, we got to have birthdays, Christmases, it was hard, certain times, not be able to get with all the other kids, all the other kids had, but we always got things that wound up making us happy and got us by, and so growing up through that, it really humbled me a lot because as a young age, I wasn't a child that was spoiled. And so often I see some of these spoiled kids, man. As they get older, the things that a lot of kids thought they was good, now they get older, they thinking the parents supposed to give it to them. So when things kind of get hard, they don't really know how to react. So as I got older, I really was thankful for me not having a lot of things because it taught me so much. It built so much character to making me a better man. So as we got older, I was mature. From age 13, 8th grade, I started buying my own school clothes. I'm gonna never forget that summer. I started working with the guy that was owning the house that we was living in. He let us help renovate some of his houses. So from an early age, man, I already knew I was gonna get me some money. I see my mom work so hard, so it won't no sitting around waiting for the next person to take care of me or waiting for mama to get paid to give me this. I already had in my head, I already had in my mind, like, soon I get a chance, I'm gonna get me something. You know what I mean? And so from 14, man, up until now, man, I've always, on and off kept a job, like, and for the most part kept a job. So from 14, I started working with birds, and then at 15, going to 16, I got a job at McDonald's, and from there, man, it was just keep getting a job, man, cause like I gotta make some shake, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna sit around and just wait for the next person to do something for me, man. Like my whole life, I was already embedded to work hard. Cause I see my mom do it, I see my uncles do it. Shout out to Maurice folks, Daryl folks, my aunts Sheila, my aunt Dine, my aunts Tracy, my aunts Sandra. I mean, just seeing them coming up, I seen good people be good people, like work, have things, work hard, you feel me? They might not have the best, but I seen them actively go after providing a life for themselves, you know what I'm saying? So from that point, man, it was embedded in me to at least to be a good dude and get some money, like, and that from then, like from 14 on up, man, like once I got a taste of having my own money, it was a fire lit in me, you know what I'm saying? And another thing I want to add, man, I see my mom work so hard and still struggle. When you see somebody work to the point where they can't even open their eyes but still working just to provide for her kids, man, it did something to me. Like, to see my mom struggle and like, cause she was everything, like, no matter what, my other sisters, they went around over to their grandparents' house, but for some reason, man, I was always with my mom, man. To see her go through everything she went through, man, it really just, it did something to me as a child that I knew when I got older, man, I was gonna work so hard, like, it was, even when days got bad, when times got hard, nothing was going to push me away or down me because I seen this one woman give her all just to get so little in return.
Let's go into high school. How was you in high school? Like, was you the popular kid? Was you kind of laid back?
I mean, coming up in school, man, I always like, I was kind of quiet. I played the background, you know what I mean? I kind of used to get picked on for the clothes I wore, for the things I didn't have. Like I wasn't really popular at all, but going towards high school, I had started, doing my own thing, I started working and, so I started having a little more things than I used to have. So I started to feel much more better, but that's when everything kind of turned around for me as a person because my cousin, Marvin Reed, aka Earley, man, he really taught me a lot, like as a man, taught me how to, just stand 10 toes, never let nobody disrespect you, you feel me, always defend yourself and just carry yourself like a man. And from that point, man, it really it pushed me and catapulted me to being better. You feel me? You know, I kind of started liking girls, so you know, of course, I'm dressing better, I'm feeling better, I'm having little girlfriends.
And sports?
Yep, I played football. I played football 7 years in school. I have played football from minors, you know, through the youth league, and as I got up to high school around 8th grade, I started playing for the school itself, and I played every year from 8th grade all the way through high school. Football was really one of the main reasons why I graduated, because, like, you know, I was already thinking money, man. I wasn't even in school. Like, once it got to be like 15, 16, man, I'm trying to work. I'm trying to get some money. Like, you know, I ain't really having nobody like push me to like go to school, stay in school. Like, you know what I mean? I'm almost I'm at that point. I'm helping mama pay bills. Like, I'm working. I'm paying bills in high school. Like, you know what I mean? I'm seeing my mom work hard, so I'm gonna assist. I'm gonna help my mom. I want the type of kid that I ain't had the luxury of having your parents come to all of your sports games and having the support of doing this. I ain't really had that. You feel me? My mentality, man. I'm gonna get some money. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna do something to help my mom. You know what I'm saying? So high school really kind of changed up for me, man. As I got in high school, man, I started to have a little bit more, you know, I started to work hard for myself. So everything started getting a little better. Like, I met so many people from hanging with my cousin Earley, and then we had moved to Farmville right at the top of my 9th grade year. And from there it was a wrap, man. Like, every weekend we was a spot to hang out. Like, my crib was the go-to spot throughout the whole high school. So I was lit the whole high school. Like, my whole high school was litty. For real, like, just had a good time all the way through, like, and it's crazy how now we look back at all them years past, man, and see what's going on now. Yeah.
So, out of high school, what did you get into? What was your job?
So out of high school, my first month of high school, I started working at the Woodland. It is a nursing home, basically like a big campus here in Farmville. It's a nursing home, it's assisted living, and it's like a rehab center for any medical patients. And basically I worked there on and off for 10 years, and I mean I learned so much there. So big shout out to the Woodland. Big shout out.
You was a cook.
Yeah, I started off as a dietary aide, so basically I was a server. But I had mastered the serving so good, and you know, as your life progressed, you know, you start to need more money, and I needed more money than the position that I currently was having. So I was like, you know, me being a bigger guy, I always just knew I could cook, even when I ain't know how to cook. Then I was like, man, I want to cook, so I want some more money. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'll always give me some money, so I want a little bit more money than what I'm making right now. That's how I was feeling. I want a little bit more money than I'm making right now. So that really pushed me to start cooking. And once I really got that position of starting cooking, that's how everything else kind of, you know.
So from the Woodland, did you leave the Woodland and go into food service at the correctional center in Nottoway?
Yes. From the Woodland, I left the Woodland and went to food service supervisor at Nottoway Correctional Center. I worked there for 2.5 years. That was one of the biggest steps I could have did, because for my career, I didn't go to college for food service management, and for the actual get that position at a young age, and actually held that position, and you know, I wasn't fired, I wasn't nothing. Like, I stayed there, and I held my position in a great space. I did my job to the best of my abilities, and from there it's like my food service supervisor career just took off. Because from there I left there, and I went to running my own nursing homes. I worked for Healthcare Service Group. I was a kitchen service supervisor. I was account manager. You know, from there, man, they had flew me to, man, I was in Kentucky. I went to like 4 or 5 major cities: Cincinnati, Lexington, Louisville, Richmond, Kentucky, Nashville. They was flying me over, and it was one of the experiences that really changed my life. As just seeing a lot, you know, learning more. The more you see, the more you learn. Believe that.
We'll get back into that.
Yeah.
We'll get back into that.
Yep.
I want to get back right before you had your daughter, when you were still out there, and you became Mr. Fam First.
Yes.
Tell me how that journey began.
I mean,
Mr. Fam First.
It was crazy, man. I never forget how it first started, man. It was It was me and some friends. I'm not gonna put their name out because I always tell them about it and they always laugh because they remember it and it's funny. So they called me. They was like, "Yo, B, let's throw a party." You know me, like I told y'all, I won't get some money. So if it's about getting some money, man, I'm all in. I'm with it. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to play my position to get some money. So they like, I'm like, I bet. So me, you know, when they tell me that, I'm already in my mind. I'm already doing my homework. I don't contact the venue, contact one of the biggest DJs in Virginia. So I got everything locked. I got everything locked in, and so now it's time to put a deposit down on everything that we need. And everybody just like, man, I don't got it. Everybody backed out, and I'm looking like, what? Like, yo, I got everything planned. Like, why? Let's get it. Like, I got the biggest DJ in Virginia. I got the venue on, everything already done. Like, let's do it. And they were like, man, they couldn't do it. They gave me excuses. And then I never forget, I called my cousin Pharrell. I said, cuz, man, I did everything, man. They all backed out. He like, cuz, man, do it. I'm like, cuz, you think I can do it? He like, cuz, go ahead and do that jump. And everything else was rap. I did my first party, man, with no type of history or throwing. I threw a party when I was younger, but that was me just doing it. But I did my first party at Fever's, man, with no artists, no extra promotion, no nothing, just a venue and a DJ. And the crazy part about it, the DJ backed out when he sent me another DJ, and we still made it jump, sold out. First party, we did like 500, almost 600 people. First party, no type of musical background, no nothing. And I'm looking like, yo, first party, you know what I'm saying? Sold out, like.
This party you talking about?
Huh?
Now this party you talking about, is this the epic all-white party?
This is the first epic all-white party. That, man, it had a lot of everything. From fights to good times to smiles to, and I mean, it was so much happening that first night that I did have a lot of
This is 2015.
Yeah, this is 15. The first one. I did have a lot of different feelings from it because of a lot of the animosity from the fights that came with it. We got through the night, but you know, I never was the type of person to promote all that happened. But that night I learned that I can't control people's actions. I can try my best to limit it, but I can't control people's actions. That comes with the parties and the drinking and the stuff. That's the part that, you know, I'm not that person. I'm a good-hearted person. I ain't with none of that negative stuff. I don't speak that. I don't live that. I don't involve myself with no type of actions like that. But it was like everybody was like, man, you gotta do another one. You got another one. You got another one. All black. And I'm looking like, all black. They're like, man, you gotta do it, man. Everybody talking about it. So I'm like, man, let's do it. All black. Let's do it. And
so
sold out again. This was
from the success of the first all-white party.
Mm-hmm.
How fast did you started planning to do the next? The first all-black party.
A month, 30 days.
A month.
So within that month, I made the decision of doing all black, and within the next 30 days, I made the decision and booked the date in November, which was 3 months after the first all white. So I booked it in November and did it again, and it sold out. I think that's how we did like 600 and some people, and it was less of a conversation, but it was a successful night, man. And so at that point I'm looking like, yo, I done sold the all white out, I done sold the all black out. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, yo, I might got some here, like this might be, you know what I mean? I might really be on to something, you know? I might really be on to something. So from that point, man, you know, by me having those two successful events, it's like every event that was going on, man, they reached out like, man, you know, we want you to be a part of it. We want to, you know, either, can you do it with me? Can you host? And I'm looking like, you know, at that point, I'm looking like, yeah, I'm new to it. Everybody want me to be a part of it, and I'm with it. Like, it's all love in my heart. I don't got no hate energy. I want everybody to win. Like let's all do it. But I had to learn that just because my name on it don't mean you gonna get the same response that I got. Like everybody thought because I did it and my name on it, or my party would be like his because his name on it. And I learned from a lot of different events that just because of my name on it, it's not gonna be the same reaction that people react to me at my events. And that was one thing that I had to learn from it. But from there, man, it's like, man, you know, I was cemented after doing that one, and then following up the next year with the same all white in August and the all black in November. Sold out. But I'm like, yo, it's official now. You know what I mean? And from there, we did it 5 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And every year was a great event. Every year when people already knew, man, it's all white season, it's all black season. You know, and what excited me the most, man, was the people, man. Like when I'm going all over, the people I knew, it was easy, it was automatic with them. But I'm meeting people in different areas, and they so excited. Like they everybody coming to town, they getting outfits, they getting rums. And I mean, it's just like a celebration. It's like everybody homecoming, like all black and all white each year. In my area, like a homecoming in my area for all the people of my generation, like older and younger. Everybody come out them nights. You know what I mean? And it's so crazy that, you know, some people, they always got some negative energy, but to this day, guess what I say through all that? Thank you. It's still thank you, man. It's still all love, man. It's no negative energy from this camp at all, man. We ain't worrying about that. We still selling out, man. As soon as COVID up, man, you know we gonna drop all white or all black. I don't care what money it is. Soon COVID drop, man, and I'm available to do it, man. Definitely all white, all black is coming to you ASAP. For real.
So in between these all white and all black parties, you do something in the mix.
Yeah.
Freaky Fridays.
Freaky Fridays, yeah.
Now, what prompted you to become the Freaky Friday Mr. Fan First Entertainment?
It came with just doing some successful events with the club. The club owner, he reached out to me and he was like, man, you want to do something else? And you know me, man. You know I'm gonna go get her, man. I think of something. Then as soon as I think about it, man, I'm ready to do it. So. You know, me and the club on, we had a couple of meetings, and I put a couple ideas out there. I was like, man, I could do it every week. You know what I mean? I can't say I'm gonna bring everybody out, but every week, man, I'm ready to invest my time and effort to do it every week. And you know, that's what I did, man. After the all black, man, I said, man, you know, we're gonna give it a little time because you know, we had to learn the area and learn the market because all markets is different. But we learned the market that we live in right here, and we knew that. After the Christmas season going to New Year would be a great start. So I was like, man, right after all black, man, I'm steady thinking, man, what's next? You know, because all white ain't coming against the August the following the next year. So I'm looking like, man, I'm ready to do something else. So you know, the ideas, you know, we talked, we came up with some ideas. I was like, man, let's do it, man. Freaky Friday, man. I'm gonna cook and we're gonna do a party every week. And from there. That's the way we did it, man. You know, we had good Fridays. We had some white Fridays, but we went like I think I did like 6 months straight. I did every Friday like 30, 40 Fridays straight. And I mean, it was a great. It was the highs and lows of it was a great experience because I met and learned so many people, and it just really increased the following of me. Period. This me, you know, this exposure to people really learning me, knowing me, and really like, man, I'm really rocking with his movement, man. That's a good dude right there.
During the Freaky Fridays, you showcase your cooking skills as
well.
You was doing majority of the cooking.
Yeah.
What made you decide to be the main chef during these Freaky Fridays instead of just hosting a party?
Because at that point, what made me really start cooking with the Freaky Fridays was at that point I was already a sous chef instead of the Willing at the point, and I was already confident when I was cooking. I knew that I was one of the best cooks there, and by me, and I'm a confident person, man. I don't know. I'm not cocky, I'm not arrogant, I'm humble, I'm respectful, but I'm confident what I am. I'm confident who I am as a man. So by me being confident in me cooking, I knew at that point that the food that I could prepare and showcase that people will rock with it. And that's what really, you know, I knew it would happen. I knew without a doubt that my cooking would be a success. Yeah.
Dope. Now, during this time, you have your daughter, Journey.
Yeah.
She's born in, 2016?
Man, she's born 10 hours after I finished All White. Wow. I never forget it. My child's mom was cussing me out. She told me that, boy, you better not miss her coming in this world. I'm looking like I can't miss the biggest party. I'm not going to miss it. I don't care if I got to leave the club at that time. I'm going to make it here. Man, I could not miss because it's the biggest event on my way. This is the second year doing All White, so I can't miss the event. It's my event. It's around me, so I gotta at least show up. But I already had me and my team on board on if I had to leave, what would happen. You know, but it was crazy that, you know, I went through that night. We had a successful night, All White, the second annual All White, And then within 10 hours, the next morning, my child was born, man. It was one of the most surreal moments because I just had one of the biggest successful nights of my life. And within 24 hours, the biggest blessing of my life was born into this world. Journey. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing.
That was a crazy night. That whole 24 hours was one of the moments, man. When I was in the hospital after she was born, I sat there and just, I really was thankful to God, man, because I know that with God, none of this is possible, honestly.
So now, you have your daughter. How did that change your whole outlook in life?
I mean, to be honest with you, when she first was born, it really didn't change me because at that point, I'm gonna be all honest with you. I was still living in the culture. I still was. I was at that point. Second round all white, Freaky Fridays. I'm that guy now. Like I'm a household name from where I'm from. Like I'm well known where I'm from. So I still was more so not chasing, but I was living that life where as long as I could provide for her, as long as I had all the money to give her a good life, then that's all was important. It was more so like as long as I could have the money, as long as I'm making the money to give her a good life, that was most important. So when she first was born, it really didn't change me because my mind was already made of what I was gonna do, and that was being the best, the biggest promoter, the best chef, and changing the legacy of my family and getting some money. Like all this still from that same mindset as a child of getting some money. My whole mindset was still getting money at that point.
So during this time, you're so-called still in the streets.
Yeah, yeah.
You got the success of the all-white, all-black, Freaky Fridays is jumping.
Yeah.
And now, here comes BeeBee Spot.
Yeah.
BeeBee Spot, let's go into that, man.
I mean, honestly, man, that whole situation was so crazy because I did that out of just a thought. I didn't really, like, I came up with the mind, I'm the restaurant, and I did it. Like, it wasn't really planned out. Like, I really sat there, I did a lot of planning with it. I was just like, man, I want to open my own restaurant. I already had made the conversation with the owner, and we went over the financial things, of the financial side of everything. And once I realized I could cover everything financially, and I realized what I needed to do, and I put everything in perspective, I just did it. Like, I honestly did BeeBee Spot with no effort or not even trying, honestly. Like, I just did it off just thought and execution. It's a lot of people like, nah, he ain't do that. He ain't do. The truth, I did that with just, it was like 1, 2, 3,
And BeeBee Spot, the restaurant grand opening was in 2019?
Yeah, 2019. May the 4th of 2019. Yeah, that was a lifelong dream come true. I'm a firm believer. Kids out there, dreams come true. No matter big or small, dreams do come true. Never let nobody tell you what to do or not to do.
All right, Mr. Fan First. This is the reason why they call you Mr. Fan First, man. Big family man. So who do we have with us today?
Journey.
Journey. Nice to meet you. How old are you, Journey?
She 4.
4.
Don't get nervous now.
Yeah.
Cause you got my name on it.
Get your name on it, okay. What's your name? Look, he don't know what his name is. He's acting crazy.
It is.
What's your name? Say, my name is Jamal. Say, my name is Jamal.
He ain't shaking his head.
That's Junior, right?
Yeah, that's Junior. This is Junior right here. Huh? What'd you say?
He talking. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He trying to move, Daddy.
Yeah, he trying to do a little bit of everything. Yeah, what you say? Yeah, what you say?
He said.
What you say?
He said.
What you say?
So I see having them around you just makes your day.
Yeah, man. This is everything. Like in life, man. We all go through ups and downs, man. These two right here, man. These part of a puzzle that has motivated me and has inspired me to work so hard to get and do everything that I'm supposed to do. I'm no longer going after nothing that's not for me. Everything that I'm going after and will have is for me. So what's for me is for me in all seasons. Let's get it. Ain't it right? Ain't it right?